Week 12 is officially behind us, which means it's time for the weekly recap. We've got quarterback injury updates, broken records, and some major changes happening. Let's break it down. What's up, football fans? Buccaneers, Vikings, Bengals, Browns, Cowboys, and Raiders fans. We got one for you. As crazy as it is to say, we're already on to week 13. We've seen tons of injuries this year, releases, and some wild twists. And week 12 didn't discriminate. So follow along as we go through some of the key storylines from week 12. For the Buccaneers, quarterback Baker Mayfield left her week 12 game early in the first half with a shoulder injury. Initial reports were that it could be a serious injury, but the team announced that they would wait for an MRI to get done on Monday, which was done. And reports are that Mayfield avoided a serious injury and just suffered a low-grade shoulder sprain. So his status is up in the air for week 13. For the Vikings, your quarterback's availability for week 13 is also up in the air. Following your week 12 loss to the Green Bay Packers, JJ McCarthy finds himself in concussion protocol. He started to report symptoms on the way home after your game and was later evaluated that night. Head coach Kevin O'Connell said that it's too early to rule him out for week 13. Now let's look at the good news for our team. On to the Bengals. Joe Burrow is set to make his long-awaited return on Thanksgiving against the Ravens. Yesterday, your head coach Zach Taylor said that he's expected to play this Thursday. Burrow hasn't played since week 2 after suffering a toe injury that needed surgery. And the Bengals are 1-8 without him this season. So this is one I would keep an eye on. Now let's take a look at some records that were broken. For the Browns, defensive end Myles Garrett has broken franchise history once again. With his second sack in your win against the Raiders on Sunday, Garrett broke his own franchise record for sacks in a season and left the game with 18 sacks, which also leaves him 5 sacks away from breaking the NFL sack record, which was set by Michael Strahan in 2001 and tied by TJ Watt 20 years later. The record currently sits at 22.5 sacks. Now let's head to the Cowboys. Dak Prescott and the Cowboys tied a franchise record for their 21-point comeback against the Eagles this week. But in the midst of it, Prescott broke a personal franchise record. He passed Tony Romo for most career passing yards in Cowboys history. Entering the game, Prescott just needed 160 passing yards to do this, and he left the game with 354. Romo's record was 34,183 passing yards, and Dak now sits with 34,378. And last but not least, we had not one, but 2 coaches get fired from the same team. Let's take a look at the Raiders. Offensive coordinator Chip Kelly joined the Raiders after helping the Ohio State Buckeyes to a national championship last year, but things haven't really gone to plan this year. The Raiders currently sit last in points per game with 15, 30th in total yards per game, 31st in rushing yards per game, 30th in offensive EPA, and 28th in red zone efficiency. Coupled with their 2-9 record this season, the Raiders released Chip Kelly after their loss to the Browns this Sunday. The Raiders have announced that Greg Olsen is their interim offensive coordinator, while the team also fired senior offensive assistant Bob Bicknell. So NFL fans, what do you think? What was your key storyline from the Week 12 weekend? What are some things you're keeping your eye on for Thanksgiving? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let me know down below, and don't forget to like and follow for all of your latest NFL news and updates.